Norm!
What the fuck? Get it off! Get it off! Everything off me! Get it off! Help me! Help me! Help
It's so good!
Start the generator!
After the powerful storm in a small town called Bridgeton, Maine, a lot of people rush to the supermarket to stock up on supplies. Among them are David, Billy, and Brent. As they shop, the loud sound of sirens fills the air. Military trucks and police cars zoom past the store in a hurry. Suddenly, an older man named Dan Miller stumbles into the store, bleeding from his nose and gasping for breath. He is panicked and shouts that something is hiding in the mist outside. He claims a young man was taken by it. The people inside the store look at him like he's crazy. Slowly, the mist started creeping in, surrounding the supermarket. Out of nowhere, the ground began to shake and panic spread among the customers. That morning had started so differently. David, his wife Stephanie, and their 8-year-old son Billy had taken cover in their house during a terrible thunderstorm. The storm was really strong and caused a lot of damage. When morning came, they stepped outside to see what got destroyed. While looking around, Billy noticed that a big tree from their neighbor Brent's yard had crashed into their boathouse, causing damage. As they checked out the boathouse, they noticed something strange.
Look at that.
A thick mist was floating over the lake in front of them.
What is it, Daddy?
It seemed to be coming from the mountain on the other side.
On the lake?
But since it didn't seem dangerous, they didn't think much of it and just went about their day. David then decided to talk to Brent about the damage so they could figure out how to deal with the repairs through their insurance.
You know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say,
During their conversation, David learned that another tree had fallen and crushed Brent's car.
1980.
Feeling bad for him, David had offered to drive Brent into town, bringing Billy along for the ride.
Daddy.
While driving, they saw a few military trucks speeding past them, heading in the opposite direction.
The Arrowhead Project?
It seemed odd, but they didn't stop to think too much about it. The trio ended up in the supermarket in order to stock up on supplies. In the supermarket, the fog drifted in at a gradual pace, wrapping itself around the supermarket. Without warning, the earth trembled beneath their feet, sending waves of fear through the shoppers. Most people decide it's safer to stay inside, but one woman refuses.
I can't stay
She is
here.
desperate to check on her daughters, whom she left alone at home. Her older daughter is only 8 years old, and sometimes forgets to check on her little sister. She begs for someone to go with her, but no one agrees. Left with no choice, she steps out into the mist by herself and is never seen again. Inside the store, people begin forming small groups, talking to each other about normal things to keep themselves calm. David goes looking for blankets to keep Billy warm. The store manager, Ollie Weeks, tells him to check in the storage area. When David enters, he notices that the emergency generator is broken and letting out a lot of smoke. He decides to turn it off. As soon as the room goes quiet, David hears a strange noise behind the garage door. It sounds like something big is pressing against it. Alarmed, he rushes back inside to tell the other men.
Turn the generator off.
They don't believe him and insist on opening the door to fix the generator. David warns them that it's dangerous, but one of the men gets angry, thinking David is looking down on them. Ignoring David's warning, a young store worker named Norm tries to prove he's brave by opening the door. The second he does, a huge creature with tentacles bursts in and grabs him by the leg. David and Ollie try to save him, but the monster is too strong. It pulls Norm into the mist, killing him. The group barely manages to shut the door and cut off one of the creature's tentacles with its axe. Now, David and the others realize they are in real danger. They argue about whether or not to tell the rest of the people in the store.
People need to know.
At first, the other customers think it's all a joke and laugh at them.
Go look.
But when they see the severed tentacle as proof, their laughter turns into fear. Once the store owner confirms that monsters are outside, David and Ollie tell everyone to start blocking the windows to keep the creatures out. Meanwhile, a woman named Mrs. Carmody, who is deeply religious, begins preaching. She claims that God is punishing them and that the world is ending. Her loud and terrifying words frighten the children. Annoyed by her ranting, a schoolteacher named Amanda Dunphy steps forward and slaps her, trying to make her stop. Some people in the store still don't believe in the monsters. Brent Norton, leading a small group, decides to leave and look for help outside.
We're going out.
David tries to stop him, but Brent gets angry and refuses to listen. At the same time, a man volunteers to go out to a truck and bring back a shotgun. To see how far he gets, they tie a rope around his waist. As the man walks into the mist, the rope suddenly starts jerking wildly. Then it stops moving altogether. Everyone inside goes quiet, dreading what might have happened. Slowly, David and the others pull the rope back. When they finally see the end of it, there is nothing left of the man except the lower half of his body. Everyone gasps in horror, and the children are quickly shielded from the gruesome sight. Now that they have seen undeniable proof, no one questions the danger anymore. As night falls, some people in the store come up with an idea. They turn on the lights, hoping it will scare away the monsters. Unfortunately, this backfires. The bright lights end up attracting giant, terrifying flying insects instead. The creatures slam into the store windows again and again until the glass shatters. Suddenly, they are inside. People scream and run, but some aren't fast enough. One of the massive wasp-like creatures stings a store worker named Sally in the neck, killing her. In the chaos, 2 other people die, and another is burned alive while trying to use fire to kill the insects. Sally's death is especially painful for a soldier named Jessup. Just minutes earlier, he had finally confessed his feelings for her. As everyone grieves, Mrs. Carmody becomes even louder, claiming that everything happening is exactly as the Bible describes. One of the flying creatures strangely leaves her unharmed, which convinces many people that she is right. More and more people start listening to her, believing that she has God's protection. Meanwhile, Ollie saves Billy's life by shooting one of the creatures. The next morning, David decides to lead a small group to the pharmacy next door. He hopes to find medicine and maybe other survivors. Amanda and a few others try to talk him out of it, reminding him that his son needs him. But David insists that they can make it, saying the biker made it pretty far before getting killed. Even Mrs. Carmody warns them not to go, spouting more of her religious talk. But before she can finish, an older woman named Irene Repler throws a can at her, telling her to shut up. David and his group enter the mist and reach the pharmacy safely. At first, everything is silent, and they believe they are alone. But inside, they make a horrifying discovery. The entire pharmacy has become a nest for giant spiders. The people who had entered before them, including Brent's group, are all dead. Their bodies have been used as hatching grounds for baby spiders. The spiders attack. 2 men die, their skin burning from the creature's web. Another man, Dan, manages to fight off a spider at the exit using only a stick. The rest of the group barely makes it back to the supermarket alive. Mrs. Carmody, who had warned against the trip, uses this failure to gain more power. More people start gathering around her, praying and listening to her every word. Meanwhile, David remembers something strange. One of the dying soldiers in the pharmacy had whispered, "I'm sorry." It makes him wonder if the military is responsible for the mist. As they search for the other soldiers who were stuck in the store with them, they discover that 2 of them have taken their own lives. It looks like they couldn't handle the guilt they were feeling. When they question the last soldier, Jessup, he finally tells them the truth. He says that the government was running a secret project at the military base to find other worlds. But something went wrong, and they may have accidentally opened a door to a place filled with the scary creatures that are now attacking the town. Hearing this makes the people following Mrs. Carmody furious. They blame Jessup for everything and decide to punish him. They stab him and throw him outside, calling him sacrifice. The moment he is outside, a huge monster that looks like a praying mantis grabs him and eats him. After witnessing this horrifying scene, little Billy turns to his father, David, and begs him, asking not to be taken by the monsters. The next morning, David and his group, which includes Amanda, Billy, Ollie, Bud, Irene Repler, and Dan Miller, decide it is time to leave the store. The people inside have become too dangerous, and they need to escape. While the others are still asleep, they quietly move toward the front door. But before they can leave, Mrs. Carmody stops them. She shouts that she is speaking for God and claims that he needs a blood sacrifice to be happy. She points at Billy, saying that the boy must be given to God as an offering. Chaos breaks out as David stands up to protect his son, ready to fight. But before he can do anything, Ollie takes out his gun and shoots Mrs. Carmody, ending her madness. Ollie then warns the rest of Mrs. Carmody's followers not to stop them. Scared and shocked, they back away, letting David's group escape. But on their way to the van, creatures attack them. Ollie and 2 others are killed before they can reach safety. Bud is the only one who manages to run back into the store. In the end, only David, Billy, Amanda, Dan, and Irene make it to David's car. As they prepare to leave, David spots Amanda's gun lying on the car's hood. A terrifying monster suddenly lunges at him, but he quickly grabs the gun and jumps into the car just in time. With the gun in hand, he believes they now have something to protect themselves. They drive through the thick mist toward David's house, but when they arrive, they find something terrible. David's wife, Stephanie, is already dead, her body trapped in a web. Heartbroken by the sight, David realizes there is nothing left for him in this town. He drives away with the others, hoping to escape. As they continue down the road, they see many abandoned cars. Soon they come across a gigantic creature with 6 legs, moving slowly through the mist. They drive for hours, searching for a way out, but eventually their car runs out of gas. With no way to escape and strange, horrifying sounds coming closer, David knows they are trapped. He takes Amanda's gun and looks at the others, silently suggesting that it is better to die quickly than to be eaten by the monsters. David checks the bullets and realizes there are only 4 left, 1 bullet short. He makes a painful decision. He will be the one to stay behind while sparing the others from suffering. As he points the gun at Billy, the boy wakes up just before the shot is fired. In the end, Billy's wish comes true. He is not taken by the monsters. After shooting the rest of his group, David steps out of the car, screaming in grief, waiting for the creatures to take him. But something unexpected happens. The mist suddenly begins to clear. In the distance, he sees large army tanks and trucks rolling in. Soldiers are burning the creatures and taking back control. As David stands there in shock, he sees a truck filled with survivors from the store, including the woman who left to find her children. He realizes that they were saved, and he had killed his son and friends for nothing. Overwhelmed by pain, he screams in agony, his heart completely broken. This intriguing movie is called The Mist, and I highly recommend it with a 5-star rating. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of this video in the timeline. Until the next recap, take care.